So see, I said to you guys that whatever we are covering will be used in Selenium. So now you are confused just because of constructor concept. So because that is being used here. Many other concepts will be used in framework as well. So please clear your Java concept first, then only you will be able to understand these things. So today's topics are these listeners in Java, in TestNG, and the groups, how we create the groups in TestNG. Okay, so when you missed the last lesson, then you will not able to understand this. So this now what we are doing, why we need listeners. Suppose there are five test cases, because when there will be no five test cases, there will be at least 1,000, 5,000 test cases in your project. But suppose five test cases gets failed, then how will you understand, how will you know that which test case got failed? And you want to perform some operations during test case failure, then you have to perform, like suppose this five test case fail, so should I write a screenshot code in all those five test cases? There may be 5,000 test cases, so should I write 5,000 taking a screenshot code into my project? No. So for that we have a common area like listeners and the base class. Base class will see in next in the framework, but this five test cases that we are going to capture during failure, that there is a concept of listeners. Okay, so I will do one thing. This is the annotation. I will create one more folder. Okay, and new package listener. Oh, sorry. Okay, so just now I just have written this, that if I have five test cases and I want to run all those test cases during failure, these five test cases are getting failed, and during this failure I want to give some instructions, then I can write those test cases here. Okay, so I am here in the Eclipse last day project. Here I will create listener example. This is the package name and finish it. Okay, and then right click, create a class may be one, maybe class one, whatever name I want to give, but you have to understand only the listeners, not the class and object. Okay, and one more package I will create here, sorry, one more class I will create here, and class name is 2. Okay, in this class I will have three methods. Okay, test methods only, test void test one. Okay, and simple I will give here what message, like test case 1. Please look into this carefully, because once I will design framework I will not explain what are listeners. Okay, I will not explain what is these groups. Okay, at that time I will only tell the framework. Okay, so that's why I am covering this as a separate entity, so that you will not face problem to understand this. Okay, even this is a separate entity. The TestNG is very powerful tool. Many people across the projects are using this TestNG framework. Okay, now today you can take it easily, but if your concepts are clear you will be very confident in your project. Okay, why test 2, so this way, and I will name here test case 2. Okay, these two test cases I have created in class 1. I am creating new test cases, so that last session if you forget, then doesn't matter for you. Test 3. Okay, and then test case 3. If I want to consider as a test case, then I said last time that I have to use this at the rate test annotation, otherwise this will be not considered as a test case. Okay, another test I will create. There are total 4 tests created in 2 test classes. Okay, white test 4, and why I am doing this you will understand, so that you can relate it with the multiple things. uh, and I will name this test. So test case 4. Suppose I want to apply some assertion. So what are the assertion? Assertion is nothing. This Java class. See, you just need to know one thing about assertion. Uh, we have hard assertion and soft assertion. So today we will use here hard assertion. What are the hard assertion? If our test case is fail, then I don't want to execute that further lines. So that is the hard assertion. Okay. Soft assertion. If even if your test case gets fail, then still it will not hurt your execution and it will execute for next line of codes too. Okay. Today we are using the hard assertion. There is a class assert and this has certain methods that you can use this. Okay. I will show you here. Now assert. See what I am doing. Like suppose and suppose a scenario is there that you want to match the title from the website. Okay, so suppose I am giving here. I am not going to launch the script getting title from the website. Directly I am writing hard coded value here because the topic is the test ng. You need to do assignments for the that purpose, like getting the title from the website. You can choose your own website, any website, get the data from there, then match here. Suppose you got the title from website by locating XPath and that. Now you know how to locate that particular website title and get the data. Get text is the method. Okay. So as title is supposed to abc.com. Okay. So this you got. Okay. Now you want that your title should be matching with assert dot assert equals, and I want to match. See many methods: boolean actual, boolean expected, boolean actual, and the byte. Okay, byte format is there. Similarly there will be string also, float, double. So this method works for multiple. So how, what we can say that this is the overloaded method. Okay, assert equals, because different parameters it is accepting. So somebody ask you in interview where you have used the method overloading. Is this not a best example? Even Selenium have this. Okay, so you can go in this way. Similarly, it has the string actual and a string expected. So okay, so what I will do? Actual is like I want to suppose Bandhan.com, and expected is this. Okay, I am expecting this title. Okay, but actually is this. You can name this anything, like what you are expecting. Suppose I am expecting this. Okay, suppose I am expecting this Bandhan.com, but actually is this. Okay, this variable doesn't matter, you can replace it anywhere. Okay, this way. Okay, so here you have to, okay, this. Okay, now I imported the testng library. Okay, so this will check both are matching, then it's fine. If both are not matching, then the test case gets fail, and if the test case gets fails, I want to capture some this one. Okay, as of now this testng.xml file, I don't want now these classes. Okay, now I want to include listener x. Inside listener x folder, you are getting right. I am saying that what you not got, what the understanding where. No, no, that I am explaining. Don't ask for that. Whatever I explained as of now, tell me about that. This I will explain. Okay. What I am going to do, just forget this. I will tell you. This what I am doing as of now. I want to run now these two classes. I don't want to run previous sessions classes, so I have commented those classes. Now I will add my new classes 1 and 2. So that I am going to do. Okay. I will copy the format so there is no spelling mistakes. Okay, and here class name, folder name and class name. Okay, so folder name is for listener x. So I will type here folder name. Folder name is package name x, and now class name. Class name is 1. Okay, and similarly here listener x and class name is 2. Okay, if I'll run this, just you can ignore these things. I'll ignore this. Okay, run. Then which classes is going to run? These 1 and 2. You can show. Yeah, test case 4 and test case 3. Okay, see, into test case 4 and test case 3 run, but test case 1 has not run, and the reason may be, see, test case 3 1 2 2, for 2 we don't have the, okay, sorry, so that's why it has it counted it, and 1 is failing. Okay, so if 1 is failing, then that's why the result is not printed. Total test case run how many? 3, passes 2 and fail 1. Okay, so it has not counted, so this is failing. Now it is failing and you want to know, because at one time from testng might you are running 100 test cases. How will you got that which test case gets fail? So for that you have this listener in concept. So first of all you need to create a listener class. Okay, I will create a listener, new class, and listener example. Okay, and finish it, and this will implement itest listener interface. Okay, because that has all those methods. Implement itest listener. Okay, now you need to, if it is not suggesting to override the method, then right click here, go to source, override implement methods, right click source and override implement methods. So this is what I told you in Java sessions as well. Okay, so it has overridden all the methods. Now in this class you can see, just remove this one. Okay, we don't need these things. Okay, now all the methods are present with you. Now on test starts, when the test case it gets start, this method gets called. On test success, when any test case passes, then this method gets called. Okay, on test failure, if any test case is failing, then this test case is called. Sometimes you will have seen that some tests are skipped and not counted as a failure and pass, then this method is called. And here you can capture the reason as well. Okay, so as of now my agenda is to understand the flow of this. uh, when the test case is getting fail. Okay, you I will tell you, for one you can give message everywhere on test start, on test success, so you will understand what is the flow of this. Okay, so I want that any test case is getting fail, then name the test case name, system test case failed name is, and there is a variable result. Okay, we can call get method. This is the one time process that you have to do. Actually, uh, if you go inside this get method, if you allow me, where is the declaration? So you can see this is the method of, this method is called of itest method get method. Okay, and this is present inside itest result interface. So I am calling only. Okay, you, if you want to go internal implementation, you can check this way as well. So this get method has a method in it, which is get method name. So get method name will invoke the method name that is failing, okay, inside your project. Okay, so any test cases get failing, it will present like this. Okay, but this will not work as of now until you don't tell your testng.xml file where you have included this listener. Okay, that's why I have to copy this, okay, and paste inside that. Okay, if you can't remember the syntaxes, then you at least remember the process. Okay, so listeners is the, there can be many listeners, I am telling one listener for you. Okay, you can add at any level, I am adding at suite level, so it is applicable for whole project. Okay, you can add for class level, you can add for method level. Okay, that you can try, but usually we add for only project level. Okay, so here we have added the listener. Once any test case is getting fail, then it will capture throughout the project. Okay, but you have to tell the location where is the listener. So I kept my listener inside listener x package. Okay, listener x, and the class name for the listeners I have created is listener x. Okay, now this will understand, okay, you have added the listener. Once any test case get fail, then I have to go to the listener class. Okay, just save it. Okay, now I will run this. So which of the test case is failing? Test case is failing uh, test 1. Okay, so I will run this. First of all, your that class should be running. Class is added, one class is added. Okay, if this one class is not added, it will not be running. Okay, but if it is running, then this is the listeners added. First of all, it will scan from here, and it will keep in its memory, like listeners are added, so it knows about that. So you don't have to worry about the things you are adding here. It is intelligent framework that will understand this. Just run. Now you can see test case run 4, passes 3, failures 1. Okay, So this is the right result. We have four test cases, and see, test case failed, name is test 1. Okay, from where this line is printing? This line is printing from this listener X. Here I have printed. So what it will do? First of all, it will go to this listener x dot one class. Okay, because after understanding that it has added the listener, it will check any before test annotations for that has we had last session for that. Okay, any before class? No, we don't have any before class. Before class annotation used in this class, so it will go normally and check for in the class 1. It will check the at the test. Okay, so if we haven't created any priority here, we I will talk about priority in next sessions. So we have something left now. Okay, so we will cover those. So this we don't have set up the priority, so by the name it will pick first one. Okay, so first one is test 1. It will go string title is equal to abc.com, then assert equals title, and it will not match. Okay, because we are passing this, expected is this and outcome is this, both are not matching, so it will fail. Once it will fail, it will automatically call the test case failed. Okay, this one, so it will call this one test case failed, and this will get the name, and you can see test case failed and the name is, and then it printing the method name. Method name is what? Test 1. You can check out here, the method name is test 1. Okay, so this way listener flow works. Anybody has any doubt, then ask me. Okay, this one, this is a package name and the class name dot class name. This is the syntax. This is how we have to add the uh, anything, not only listeners. You can see the class name is also added in this same way. Anybody has, anybody else have? Yeah, right click and import means what? I Oh, that method. Okay, that step is very simple. See, listeners, just go to, first of all you have to implement this itest listener. Okay, so this is the interface. Okay, so if this is interface, it will ask you to implement all its method. Okay, so just right click, go to source. Okay, and generate uh, override implement methods. Maybe in your case, if you are using the different version, then it will suggest you to do that. In my case, it was not suggesting, so forcefully I have done this. Okay, it will suggest you if you are using the latest versions. Okay, if it's not suggesting, then still you can override, but this way. Anybody else have any query? See, if any test case is getting failed, then just refresh your project. Okay, here test output folder is created. Okay, any test case if gets failed, automatically the test failed file created. Uh, let testng failed dot xml. Okay, and you can see in this failed file, this listener one is added. uh, okay, so you can run this file normally. If you fix that, then you can run after this. Okay, Now what you have to do, just using the groups. Okay, groups. What are the groups? First of all, we need to understand about the groups. See, please mute yourself. The background noise is coming. See, what are the groups? So suppose you have to, your team lead or client comes to you and say that run only the sanity test cases for me. I don't want to run all the test cases in the project. Run only the sanity test cases. So what will you do? Will you go and create a test.ng file and include only sanity test cases? No. You have to prepare groups. Okay. So suppose I have, for an example, for a mini example, I have now four test cases, one and two. These are two classes, and these are four test cases, and my team lead says that run all the sanity test cases. So I will come here, groups. Okay, and the syntax just need to see groups is equal to, and any group name you can pick. Okay, suppose I pick regression. Okay, this one is my regression test case, and suppose I am coming here. Somebody is not muted. Everyone is muted. Okay, and in this class 2 I want groups is equal to suppose uh, regression. So these are my regression test cases. Okay, spelling is matching of regression everywhere. Okay, and these two are sanity. Okay, one. See, you can also name it sanity as well. If you, there may be common things like sanity and regression test cases are there. Okay, so you can use a comma here and regression. Okay, but as of now I want to separate it. I don't want to use two. Okay, so now this test case is for sanity, this test case is for regression. Okay, and in class 2 this test case is for sanity, this is for regression. Okay, now here I will go and I will add groups in suite level. Okay, groups and run, and I will include the group name is equal to sanity. Okay, now only sanity test cases is going to run from these two classes. Okay, let me run it. See, test case run 2 passes 2. Okay, so which test cases run? You can see test case 2 and test case 3. So test case 2, 2 is of sanity. Okay, and test case 3 is of sanity. This is not run because this belongs to regression. So if you give name here regression, groups, group name, if you will give regression, then only regression test case is going to run. So There is a question, trick question, many times it is asked, how will you run only event test cases? Okay, so you have to answer like I will group them as a event test case. Okay, so this is the grouping concept. Okay, we use inside project, like see TestNG has many concept people are using as per their use cases. You know the concept, that is okay, but use only where it is needed. Okay, anybody has any question? If we have smoke and sanity and I want to run both, no, yeah, okay, then you can name that test case, same the process. You are asking that if no, just yeah, include one more, like you have included the class here. Okay, this is very simple. Like whatever is used for class will be used for groups, method names, everything. Yeah, I will cover this. Yeah, yeah, we have those. So I'll cover this once we'll come to in next session. Many things like priority, include, exclude, method names, data provider annotations. So in next session we'll cover these topics. Yeah, I will cover this in next session. I will cover this. As of now, we have to fail the test cases and hard the execution. So we have used the hard session. Next we will use the software session. Verify command is there. You can go and prepare, but next session we will cover this. Just try this as of now. Am I audible? Okay. Okay then. Thanks.